Hi guys, welcome to a very special edition of Remy's Roundup. So today I want to completely come away from everything we normally talk about. Normally I do merchandise, I talk about exciting things that we've brought, shows that we've seen and things like that. Today I want to talk to you about the amazing Halloween soiree over at Disneyland Paris. Of course it's a one-night event on Halloween night, so the 31st of October. They have announced a lot of information now regarding the event. We're lucky enough that we have got tickets to that, so we will be there and we will of course do some live feeds from the event. So the first thing I want to say is this event is ticket only, so it's a separate entrance ticket. So if you've just bought a standard park ticket for the day, you will not have access to the soiree. You do need to buy the special Halloween soiree tickets. They are still available, now they are limited, so you must act fast if you want a ticket for that. The soiree is fantastic because it means you get to dress up as a character of your choice. I know as an adult, one of the most irritating things is not being able to dress up as a character in the parks. It's great for the kids. It means that, they can dress up as Cinderella, Snow White, Peter Pan, Darth Vader. But as an adult, you want to dress up as well, and the whole year you don't get that opportunity. But the soiree is our chance to dress up and fully embrace that character realisation. Now, the soiree, of course, do have restrictions on costume guidelines. You're not allowed anything that drags on the floor, you're not allowed masks or any weapons, so fake swords, obviously real swords are a big no-no, but imitation weapons, even if they're made of foam or plastic, 99% of the time they are taken away. So when you do consider your costume, be smart about your choices and do your research as well, guys, because there are a lot of regulars that attend the event, a lot of people that go year in, year out, and some people do wear the same costume. I know there's usually a very popular Ursula over there. There's a lot of characters that get forgotten as well, so this is a great opportunity to think outside the box and go as those forgotten characters. I'm not going to tell you who we're going as, we are still at the drawing board stage, but we've whittled it down to a couple of good possibilities. But I would, as I say, just do your homework. All Disney fans, whether you're massive fans or whether just sort of like Disney enough to go to these events, watch a couple of films, think about your favourite characters or characters you want to see in the parks that perhaps you don't get to see very often. They're the sort of characters to dress as. I think popularity as well. I know this sounds incredibly vain, but those who do put a lot of thought and effort into their costumes tend to get a lot of people wanting to take selfies with them. They get a lot of social media retweets and Instagram followers and things like that. So if you're a bit of a social media butterfly and you're a bit of an influencer or you love followers and things like that, it's something really to think about. As I say, there's a few people that go every year, they wear the same costumes and they do get a lot of attention. People, hassle them for hours on end for photos, which, as I say, some people love, some don't. So it's just something to think about. Now, the soiree is Halloween night, as I said, 31st of October 2018. It is in the main Disneyland park, whereas a lot of soirees have been held in the studios. This one is a park, main Disney park soiree. So the actual event kicks off at 8:30 in the evening and runs all the way through to 2 a.m. So it's a good 5.5 hours of partying. Guests with the soiree ticket are allowed entrance to the park around about 5 o'clock in the evening. You're allowed to be dressed up as well from that time. I would urge on the side of caution though, perhaps don't go fully dressed. Those who perhaps want to do, a face full of makeup, maybe you're going Sugar Skull Day of the Dead themed, I would perhaps do your makeup in the park, a little bit closer to the beginning of the soiree. Just thinking, it's a few hours walking around the park, you might want to go and get some dinner, do a few rides, and we all know what happens if you get a bit hot as well, your makeup will start running. So it's worth just being, a bit forward thinking when it comes to going into the park early. It's a great opportunity, admittedly, for photos before the event starts. Perfect opportunity to get on some rides dressed up, especially if you're a big group of people, or if you're doing a meet-up from your Disney groups. But as I say, just think about maybe taking your makeup with you. If you've already applied it, take it with you so you can reapply and touch up if needed. Now, for the soiree, it promises to be bigger, better and badder than ever before, with new and exciting treats, never before seen experiences. It's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm so excited to share this news with you guys. So we know that there will be 2 dance parties happening that night. The first one is the Skeletoon Party. So this is presented by Goofy and Max, who were absolutely massive at Fan Days. Max had his own live show, got a lot of popularity from that. So he's back with his dad, putting on a great show. And he'll be dancing to hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to current classic hits. There's a great opportunity to shake those bones, get rattling around the dance floor, just have a great time. Also gives you great opportunities to think of your character costumes as well. Max and Goofy being there, you could go with the classic gang. You've got Donald, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Chip and Dale. A lot of opportunities there to really think of your costumes. The second party is hosted by Buzz Lightyear, who will be connected from space with the evil Emperor Zurg. This will be in Discoveryland, and shortly after that show wraps up, from what they've announced, it would seem it's happening early on. We're not too sure. But from when they finish, they then have DJ Don Diablo hitting the decks and looking after us until 2 a.m. So it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for this. And again, with the Buzz and Zurg concept there, you've got the Toy Story characters to look at as your costume choices. Jessie, Woody, Zurg himself, such an underrated character, also very popular. Bearing in mind you can't wear a mask, but there are very talented people out there who can paint their faces to look like Zurg. There's just so many opportunities. Bo Peep, you could go Slinky if you can think of how to do his costume. So, well worth considerations. The other exciting and new thing is a never-before-seen event happening at a Videopolis theatre. Again, it's in Discoveryland. This has the characters from Big Hero 6, and they will be putting on a very modern show with lasers and special effects. And that's happening, as I said, in Videopolis in Discoveryland. So it's the building that looks like a Zeppelin crashed into it at the side of Space Mountain. In there, you're going to see this amazing show. Again, Big Hero 6, another great concept for characters. You've got the classic 6, so Baymax, Hero. You've got Honey Lemon, Go-Go, Fred, Wasabi. I think you've got them all: Hero, Honey, Fred, Wasabi, Baymax. Oh god, my brain's gone blank. But that, you've got the 6, and of course you've got the villain as well, along with any other characters you could dress as. The thing I'm really excited for, and I cannot hide my excitement at this, is the Fuente del Oro restaurant in Frontierland, where we all know from last Halloween, still has a Coco overlay. Miguel will be there with the mariachis. He's actually going to be there. I'm so excited for this. He's going to be there with the mariachis, so we can expect some live music. Fingers crossed it's a meet and greet as well as a show. We don't know exactly what Miguel's going to be up to there, but I'm so excited for it. Like, for me, this is probably the highlight of the night. Absolutely love Coco. I love Big Hero 6, so I will be going to Videopolis for that, but I will definitely be hunting down Miguel. Coco is a very special film for me, very emotional, but so clever, and I absolutely love the characters, so I will be rushing over there just to grab a quick selfie with Miguel, have a little dance with the mariachis as well. Now, Main Street USA hasn't been forgotten. We don't know too much about decor and decoration, but they have promised us a big Halloween explosion when it comes to the decor. Last year got a lot of stick for the decorations. A lot of people said it felt very pushed into Frontierland, like it was all crammed in one corner. That shouldn't be happening this year. They have said that it returns to its former glory, so we could be seeing the Pumpkin Men out again. We could see the great big construction archways that we had, go back sort of 10 years ago when Halloween really was breathtaking. But Main Street USA will have mischievous ghosts. Whether they are animatronics, whether they are balloons, we don't know. All we know is there are ghosts going to be causing mayhem on Main Street USA, which great experience for that's something you all want to see. You want to see a ghost on Main Street. Why wouldn't you? That would just be amazing, right? As you can tell, I'm really excited by this whole thing. This is our first Halloween soiree. We've been for Halloween, but never for the soiree, so I'm buzzing like an old fridge at the prospect of this. I cannot wait to go. Now, there are lots of other things happening as well. Adventureland. Right over where we've got Pirates of the Caribbean. It will be set up as a scary zone. So this does come with a warning. So Adventure Isles, to be precise, is going to be immersive. So immerse yourself in the settings of Pirates of the Caribbean with scary creatures, fights and battles. Now, this does come with a warning. It's not recommended for young children or anyone who isn't a fan of scares and thrills, because it is warned to be very scary. I'm nervous, I'm not going to lie. I don't like horror mazes or any of that sort of thing. I'm not a fan of people jumping out of dark corners at me. It does freak me out. But I'm sure I will brave it because it's a unique experience. Worst case, I'll just get lost somewhere in Skull Rock and I'll be killed by pirates. So wish me luck. The other thing as well is it's very important to keep your eyes peeled. Now, we don't know what this means. We don't know anything. They're saying to look everywhere. There are going to be many surprises in store. They haven't told us everything. But for guests, it's important to, when you're walking around the park, keep your eyes peeled, especially at the Sleeping Beauty Castle and around Big Thunder Mountain. Now, we've had a couple of guesses. We have said that they may be bringing out rare characters. We could see the villains in those locations rather than spread around the park. Perhaps there's candy stations. Might be a good idea. I mean, it's very popular at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party over in Walt Disney World. So if they were to bring that to Paris, I think that would do very well. I think it would excite a lot of people as well, but we just don't know. I would like to think it's candy stations, but I would also love to think it'd be the villains, just all of them out, roaming around, going by the adverts and the photographs that they've used to promote the events. We've seen Hades front and centre. I'm hoping he will be there because he was at Fan Days. He is 10 foot tall. He's a massive, massive character, but he's amazing. Like, we never got to see him. We never got into Hero Villain Alley while he was there. But seeing him come past during the closing parade, I was just shook. Like, massive, massive character. The biggest and broadest of all the characters in the park. So, I'd love to see him there. Yzma was also at Fan Days, and I know she is out for one of the soirees happening. I can't remember if it's tonight's 25th finale, or yes, it is. It is the closing of the 25th. So I'm hoping she's made an appearance and she'll be out for Halloween as well. I want to see Cruella, obviously. She's my favourite villain. Would love to see the Queen of Hearts, the Evil Queen, and the Hag. I'd love them both to be out. Cover them in two separate areas, and it would work. Of course, we need Maleficent out. Ursula is another dream meet and greet, so I'd love her to be out and about. Any of the villains, Jafar, Hook, Shan Yu. We want them all. We want every single one of them all lined up, signing autographs and doing selfies and photos. So that kind of concludes everything that's happening with the soiree. I have rambled a little bit, and I'm sorry for that. I'm just so excited. As I said earlier, if you've got a soiree ticket, you gain entry to the main park at 5 p.m. So get dressed up, get excited, get ready. The countdown begins now. Let me know how many of you guys are going to be at the soiree. We want to do a little meet up before it all kicks off, because it's just going to be a nightmare trying to get together halfway through the event. So we'll try and get a pre-soiree selfie. Comment and let me know if you're going to be there and what you're dressing up as, and have some guesses at what me and Carla are dressing up as well. We may do a little prize for the person who guesses it right. Right guys, that's me signing off. We have got some special stuff coming up very soon, I do promise. Thank you as always for your support and love. It does mean the absolute world to us all. And I will see you all very soon. Mwah. Bye guys.